On Caldwell's Main Street, you'll find a lot going on. There are bars, steakhouses, other restaurants, the Indian Creek Plaza. But tucked behind all of that is the Caldwell Train Depot. Built in 1906 by the Union Pacific Railroad Company for $40,000. The depot was once at the center of Caldwell's downtown activity. The train would take people up to college in Moscow, over to Utah, and even further away. But after buying it for just $1 in 1989 from the Union Pacific Company, City of Caldwell has owned it and restored it with their downtown revitalization effort. That started in the early 2000s. It's a mixed-use facility now with a museum and an event center space. But as Hunter Funk found out, the museum has reached the end of the track.
Like a train, life has a way of going by fast, heading in different directions. The same can be said for the city of Caldwell, finding itself at a new junction.
We find that there is a waning interest in things like museums, interpretive centers, and even in other cases, local fairs and carnivals. So we need to readjust how we use our facilities.
But in order to get to this junction, you need a conductor to get you there. In 2001, in walked Debbie Geyer.
All right.
Working for the Caldwell Planning and Zoning Department at the time, her boss signaled a question.
If there was one building that you could help with restoring, which one would it be? And I said, well, I think it has to be the train depot, because I found a picture in the archives that was a concept of this train depot with a plaza in the downtown.
Geyer says at the time the depot was a city gym and used for karate, but deteriorating. But thanks to donations, state and federal grants,
by 2004, we were able to open the doors to a newly restored building.
Both an event center and a museum.
This is Main Street depicted at the turn of the century.
It showcases the vast history of Caldwell when the train was operational.
There's just a lot of history. This over here is the inner urban line, which was essential before the train even started, even in regards to soldiers leaving from Caldwell to many wars, starting with like World War I, World War II, all of that was right here. Old phones, I mean, there's just a lot of memorabilia.
The train depot drove commerce into Caldwell.
And transportation was the element that really put Caldwell on the map.
But now the museum is hitting the brakes.
It's difficult when you're talking about using taxpayer dollars to keep something open that's only used 4 hours a month.
Through community input fueling the change, a bigger event space and places for meetings gained momentum. So the items will go and the museum will become that change.
We just talk about the highest and best use, and in an evolving and changing community, it's time that this place also evolve and change to meet the use of our community.
It's been a great effort for 20 years, so it's not totally shut the door and lock it, but it's just moving on to another purpose.
And they are having a final museum open house on Saturday, December 7th. And tonight, the task force Friends of the Depot, who helped keep this museum alive, will be dissolved at the city council meeting.
Okay, so the building's not going anywhere. That's going to stay there because you want to keep those around.
Right.
But what about the stuff inside?
So all the stuff inside today, also at the city council meeting, they are coming to the agreement that they will need to pass it on to someone. So they've talked to other depots to see if it can be displayed there, other city museums they have around, seeing if it can go there. So they're just going to disperse it. They know.
You'd like to think there would be something Caldwell specific that that stuff could stay basically in its own
especially with its importance, you know, of it being there. But yeah, kind of sad.
I know. All right. Thanks, Hunter.
Yeah.